Alright, let's dive into this. So, the Midwest is having a political moment right now, and no, I'm not just talking about farm subsidies and cheese jokes. Wisconsin and Minnesota are both facing critical Democratic primaries that could define the party's future, and honestly, they are a total mess. But here's the thing, these races aren't just about local politics. They are a microcosm of the bigger battle tearing the Democratic Party apart. Let me explain why this matters more than you think. First, Wisconsin. Francesca Hong, the Democratic Socialist state lawmaker and chef, is leading the gubernatorial primary. Wait, chef? Yeah, that's not a typo. She's built this grassroots campaign around Medicare for all, universal childcare, and blocking data centers. Sounds bold, right? But here's the twist. Wisconsin is a swing state where elections are won by razor-thin margins. And some Democrats are panicking. Why? Because they think Hong's progressive platform could alienate moderate voters. Personally, I think this is fascinating. It's like watching a party at war with itself. On one side, you've got the energy of the activist left, people who want radical change. On the other, establishment types who'd rather play it safe than risk losing to Trump's guy. But is playing it safe even a winning strategy anymore? Because let's be real, if Democrats keep moving right to appease moderates, what even separates them from Republicans? Then there's David Crowley, the Milwaukee County executive who dropped out, then came back with Governor Tony Evers' blessing. Suddenly, he's got cash pouring in. But here's what's weird. Crowley's main argument is that Republicans are spending money to prop up Hong. Wait, if the GOP is trying to boost her, doesn't that suggest she's actually a threat? What many people don't realize is that this is classic opposition research 101. If your opponent's opponents are funding your campaign, maybe you're not the electable choice, you're just the less scary version of the same problem. And this whole drama with candidates dropping out mid-primary. That's not normal. It's a sign the party's fractured. And in a state decided by 20,000 votes, like in 2022, this chaos could hand Republicans the win. Now let's talk about Minnesota. Their Senate race is a cage match between Angie Craig and Peggy Flanagan. Craig's the incumbent congresswoman who voted for Trump's immigration policy, something Flanagan won't stop reminding voters about. Flanagan's got Bernie and Warren's endorsements, but she's not a DSA member. Interesting, right? This isn't just a left vs. center fight, it's about how Democrats respond to Trump's brutal immigration crackdowns. Operation Metro Surge, the raids that turned deadly, has turned this into a referendum on whether the party can actually protect immigrant communities. But here's the catch. Craig's arguing that her pragmatism is what's needed to beat Trump. She's raising more money, but Flanagan's got the passion. So what's the lesson here? That voters want boldness, but fear losing. Or that the party's identity crisis is so deep they can't even agree on what winning looks like. And then there's the GOP side. Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, is leading Minnesota's Republican governor primary with Trump's endorsement. But the state party's questioning his residency. Really? Meanwhile, Kendall Cool's got the official party nod after a glitch-filled convention. This is like watching a reality show. But beneath the circus, there's a real story. Trump's grip on the party is so absolute that even his allies can't agree on who's a real Republican. And let's not forget, Lindell's built his brand on election denialism. If he wins, that's not just a local issue. It's a national crisis waiting to happen. So what's the bigger picture here? These races are testing whether the Democratic Party can balance idealism with practicality. If Hong and Flanagan lose, the message is clear, the left's too risky. If they win, Democrats might double down on progressive policies, but at what cost in swing states? And on the GOP side, it's chaos. Trump's turned the party into a personality cult where loyalty matters more than competence. But here's my take, both parties are crumbling under the weight of their extremes. The question isn't who wins these primaries, it's whether the US political system can survive without collapsing into total farce. What do you think? Is there a path forward that doesn't end in disaster? Drop your thoughts below.